It's divisional round playoffs, AFC version this weekend. Let's start first in Nashville. The Cincinnati Bengals head to take on the Tennessee Titans. Bob, what are you looking for from this matchup?
I love the Bengals. They're going to be my underdog team. They're the only team in the playoffs left that as a visitor, at least this weekend, that I have winning. I love the offense. I love Joe Burrow. I love their coach. I know they started off slow, but they've got it going. And I love their wide receivers and their tight end. It's a great offense. It's fun to watch, and they should put up a big show.
Greg, what are you looking for from this matchup? Can Cincinnati continue to build off what they did last weekend?
Love Cincinnati. I love Joe Burrow. So I remember when Joe Burrow played here in the Fiesta Bowl. He'd gotten injured during the game. He'd taken a pretty decent shot and was kind of rolling around on the field. And so we asked him about it after the game, LSU had won. Joe Burrow said, I wasn't hurt. They knocked the wind out of me. Those guys, they got nothing, right? And it was the most perfectly confident, right there on the edge of cocky, but he wasn't playing around. He knew exactly what he was saying and why he was saying it. I've been a fan of Joe Burrow kind of ever since that moment. So I'm looking for Cincinnati. And that wide receiver he's got, Jamar Chase, man, forget about it. That he's like watching a young me in my imagination, right? Like he's like watching.
With the Wayne State jersey behind him, by the way, number 81. Yeah.
No, and without joking, man, I never could have imagined being that fast. I never could have imagined being that shifty and being that sure-handed. And, you know, the guy had some problems catching the ball reportedly in the preseason, and then that just went away. Nobody even thinks about that stuff anymore. I just think that's just a fantastic duo. That's probably the best tandem outside of the desert. And since Kyler and DeAndre aren't playing, they're the best.
It's great chemistry and good to see that. Kent, what are your thoughts on this game, Cincinnati versus Tennessee?
My thoughts are Derrick Henry's going to be back, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's what they're saying. I mean, that's a whole different Tennessee team. And I know fantasy league owners like myself, his injury kept us out of the playoffs. I know nobody cares. I'm going to stop there, not talk about my golf score, my Wordle score, all that stuff. My medical history, all that stuff nobody cares about. I know. Okay. But he's back. And it's kind of two different offensive teams, right? You've got Tennessee, pound it, physical, and not that the Bengals can't run, but it's flash, young quarterback, throw the ball, high school. I think that's a contrast in styles that's going to be a lot of fun to watch.
Let's go to predictions on this game. Titans are 3.5-point favorites. Bob, who do you have, Cincinnati or Tennessee?
Yeah, like I said, I like the Bengals. As much as Derrick Henry could make a huge impact in the game, I don't think Tennessee can score as much as Cincinnati. So you want an actual score, because this is going to take a while with Greg.
No. Yeah, I see him. I see him going to the pen and paper. No, let's just pick a winning team.
Yeah, I think the Bengals are going to win by 10 points at least.
Okay, Greg, no math needed.
No, that's okay. I will say that of the 8 teams left, Tennessee has the worst passing offense by yards in the regular season. So, listen, I'm picking Cincinnati. I just think that those guys, that they have it going. And Burrow's a young dude who doesn't know that he's not supposed to be doing this. And I love that storyline of these young guys doing something because, hey, why not? Nobody said that we had to be veterans. We can just win this thing now. I love it.
Kent?
Wait, is that a reference to the Cardinals? Like maybe you don't need experience to win a playoff game? That's a whole different video. I can see the Bengals. It's a coin flip to me. I'm going to go Titans. The week off helped them. Having big Derrick Henry back will be all the difference. I think it's going to be close. I think the Titans by 3 to 7 points.
All right, jumping to the Sunday AFC game, Buffalo heads into Kansas City, and they met earlier in the season in October, and Buffalo won 38-20. Bob, your prospects on this one here. This is really an intriguing matchup again.
I love both these teams, Brian, and they're fun to watch for a lot of different reasons. Not just their miracle working quarterbacks, but everything about them and their coaches and their fans are crazy. Something tells me, though, that this is either going to be a blowout or a really one-sided or a come down to the wire 43-40 kind of game where it's just back and forth. I'm hoping for the latter, of course, but it's too difficult to really know which team is going to be, it's going to come down to a couple big plays, I would imagine. But if it's going to be a high scoring game where it's going both ways, it's going to come to the last big play. And either quarterback and either team can make that happen, offensive or defense. I just know it's going to be one game that I'm actually looking forward to watching the most.
Greg, just to go off of your numbers here, the Bills have the number 1 defense and the Chiefs have the number 27th ranked defense. I don't actually think this game is going to be close, but I'm curious about what you think.
I think that if Bob is right and it's a close game, I think that Buffalo fans are going to flash back to the Hail Murray, which was the last time we saw Buffalo here. Kyler dropped back, closed his eyes, and chucked that thing up, and DeAndre Hopkins went up and made a play. Buffalo went home upset. Now, it's going to be hard for me to be any sort of objective here because I used to work in Kansas City and was there for several years and got a lot of friends there and still talk to a lot of people there. And I'm told that the Kansas City defense has been greatly improved in the last few weeks. And I'm told that Patrick Mahomes is still Patrick Mahomes. And so if you're asking me to pick, I'm going to drill down on the quarterback. And I believe that the quarterback in Kansas City is better than the quarterback in Buffalo. Oh, and by the way, it's another opportunity for black defensive coordinator Leslie Frazier in Buffalo to show that he deserves a new job in the NFL as a head coach, and a new opportunity for black offensive coordinator Eric Bieniemy in Kansas City to show that he deserves his first opportunity as an NFL head coach.
Okay, I'm going to get back to your quarterback thing when we come to predictions. Kent, your thoughts on this game, Bills versus Chiefs?
I'm just hoping for good weather in Kansas City. That's what I was, when Mac was talking, I was listening, but I was looking up on my phone, Kansas City weather. It looks like it's going to be clear, which I think is going to make it fun to watch these two offenses. I mean, it'll actually help, I think, Buffalo getting out of Buffalo this time of year. Not that Kansas City in January can be, pleasant, but I like the Bills. I think they're better defensively by far than the Chiefs. I know the Chiefs have improved second half of the season. I think they're better offensively than the Chiefs. They've got more weapons, and that's funny to say. But I agree. I'm going to go with Buffalo in this one. Maybe it's not time to make predictions, but
you're on it. You've got it.
I'm going to go Buffalo by a touchdown at least.
The official Kent Summers Weather Center there for Kansas City forecasting. There it is, right there. Bob,
he's wearing a weather map, weather radar shirt.
It looks like a Doppler. It looks like a test pattern.
Yeah.
If you look at it too much, it give you a migraine.
I hope you weren't wearing that when the Cardinals were playing the Rams. Maybe that's what happened. But anyway, Bob, your prediction for this Bills versus Chiefs?
Going with the home team, Brian. I like Kansas City at home in a big game. They've been there before and they've done that. I know the Bills are an up-and-coming team, and I think at the beginning of the season in our NFL preview package, I picked the Bills to go to the Super Bowl, and I think either win it or lose to the Packers. I can't remember. We'll have to look that up. But I'm going with the Chiefs, and I just think Andy Reid and Mahomes, and when that defense needs to, it riles itself up and gets after it. I think they're going to make enough plays to beat the Bills.
This is the tightest point spread, by the way, Greg, as you make your prediction. And I think Josh Allen has come into his own over the last month of the season. So I'm curious your thoughts on this. So you don't want to upset your Kansas City fans.
No, it's more like I don't gamble, right? All of my picks are entertainment value only, but you do what you want betting a road dog in the NFL. Ain't no way I'm picking the Buffalo Bills on the road in the playoffs. I'm just not doing it.
Sounds like a gambler right there.
All right. So everybody went with the Chiefs or did you go with the Bills? You went with the Bills, Kent. Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, the AFC division round this weekend. It's a divisional round of the playoffs, the NFC. And as much as Cardinal fans would have liked to have had their team involved in this one, these are two really good games coming up over the weekend. The 49ers, first off, taking on the Packers on Saturday. Packers are a 6-point favorite here. Bob, your thoughts on the game and your prediction?
I'm stunned to see the 49ers get this far. I mean, they snuck into the playoffs. And they're playing good football. I don't know. I don't think any of us really thought they were a playoff team, to be honest with you. But man, they got hot at the right time. They're winning games, and it's too bad their season's going to end this weekend.
Okay. Going with the Packers, despite the earlier season matchup where the Packers won 30-28, over the 49ers. Greg, I'm curious your thoughts on this one.
It's point spread.
6. Packers by 6. Yep.
Kent, what's the weather up in Green Bay?
Give him a minute on that. And while he's telling you that, I will tell you that the 49ers have the 7th rated offense and the 3rd best defense, and those are both better than the Packers.
Yeah.
Snow Saturday, Sunday, clear 2 to 14 degrees for a high.
This is a Saturday night game.
Saturday night.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what time it's going to snow. Sorry.
No story.
Yeah, my bad.
So listen, San Francisco, of the 8 teams left, I think San Francisco has, the 2nd worst passing attack. And Tennessee has the worst of the teams that are left. But that's okay, because you're not going to be able to throw the ball when it's that cold anyway. D'Amico Ryans, the defensive coordinator up there in San Francisco, man, that guy is turning himself into a star. He's the kind of guy I might want to hire if I had a team and needed a head coach. That said, it's Aaron Rodgers. It's Green Bay. Forget about it. You got to go with the Packers on this one. Kent,
from the Summers Forecast Center, what do we got?
Yeah, like Mac, I love the way the 49ers are playing right now, and they're built to win in Green Bay. I mean, they run the ball really well. That's a really good defense. It's a good defensive front that could get pressure with just 4 without sending a bunch of guys at Aaron Rodgers. All that said, I keep thinking it's Aaron Rodgers, and on the other side is Jimmy Garoppolo. No, Packers aren't losing this one. I think the Packers win this one by 10.
Okay.
On their way to the Super Bowl, and Aaron Rodgers will remain a Packer for life.
Oh, wow. Another prediction here. Wow.
Like this.
Wait a minute. Okay. And we've got one more game here. Sunday at 1:00, the Rams head to Tampa Bay to take on Tom Brady and Bruce Arians. I can't imagine. First off, Bob, do you think that Rams defense can give Tom Brady fits and struggles?
I do. A couple of their linemen up front are banged up, and we'll see how healthy they are. It's the center and the right tackle, and Tristan Wirfs is a huge player for them. Jensen's the huge influence in the interior there. Those are 2 really important guys. If they're not ready to go and they've got to play backups, that Rams defensive line will give them fits. Just ask Kyler Murray. I respect the hell out of this Rams team, everything about them. Again, I mean, you're going against Arians, Brady, and everything else on the road in a pretty good stadium there too to watch football games, and that crowd goes nuts. I just don't know. I think it could go either way. I got to go with the GOAT, man. Brady's going to pull it out the way he always does. Gronk's probably going to score a touchdown again, and Bruce is going to be, one step closer to repeating as a champion. I love it for him.
Greg?
Still upset that Antonio Brown's not going to be a part of this. I think it really hurts, especially because we knew that Antonio Brown had some issues. It looked like he was a dude who dealt with trauma in his life. He didn't handle the situation well. Nobody thinks he went out properly. But if you're going to bring a guy in like that, you've got to take in the whole guy. You can't just take the piece you like and excise the rest. I feel bad for him. I keep thinking about him. And man, the Rams, listen, I am a sports columnist in Phoenix. Don't ask me to say anything good about Los Angeles. Please don't ask me to say anything good about the Rams. Don't do that to me, please. God, man, Aaron Donald, this guy is a one-man wrecking crew. He blows things up like he's just the detonator. Okay, I'm picking Tampa. I know that's the easy thing to do. That's the easy way out. But I am a sports columnist in Phoenix, and just please don't ask me to say anything good about Los Angeles today, please.
Okay. All right. Well, maybe Frank Vogel will have something to say about that down the road. So I mix my sports up there. All right, Kent. Rams, Bucks, Brady versus Stafford. Whoa, what a matchup here. Hang on.
I thought you were going to keep going there for a minute.
No, I just you got one playoff win compared to 34 on the other side. So
34 Super Bowl wins, right?
Yeah, and I hate picking the favorite all the time, but I look at this game and I think two guys are going to carry the Bucks: Tom Brady and Todd Bowles. I think Todd Bowles, the defensive coordinator of the Bucks, going to design something that's going to give Matthew Stafford fits. That's a really, really good defense. Offensively, I think the Bucks are going to do what the Cardinals should have done: throw some short passes, get the ball out of his hands, make their linebackers, their DBs, and their safeties tackle. That's the weakness of the Rams defense, is getting past those linemen into that next level. Get the ball out and go, and nobody's better at that than Tom Brady. I wouldn't even be shocked if they spread the Rams out and Tom Brady does like a Kurt Warner kind of thing, pretends he's in the Arena League and it's zoop, 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 zoop down
400 plus yards.
Yeah. I think the Bucks, I think the Rams are playing really well. I think it's going to be close. But I think the Bucks win by 6.
Okay. All right. We'll be watching this weekend, and we'll catch up next weekend for the AFC and NFC championship games. All your coverage right here at azcentral.com.